We are a week away from a possible boots on the ground and the attempt to control the Strait of Hormuz. So, anyway, you have here on the screen a live view of the Strait of Hormuz and the marine traffic that is currently in the area. Some ships are leaving. Apparently, that they have already been. This looks like a tanker. So, crude oil tanker. We have another crude oil tanker. No, that would be LNG gas tanker. So we have some tankers passing through, very few. And the one thing that you don't see on the screen are all the ships waiting to pass the Strait of Hormuz. So we're starting to see less and less ships here to the west of Kasab and Sharjah, Dubai. And where are those ships? Where have they gone? Well, if you zoom out a little bit, this is where they have gone. They're all collecting here, either off the coast of Kuwait or the coast of Saudi Arabia or Qatar, Bahrain. So why have those ships moved so far away from the Strait of Hormuz? Because we have the U.S. forces arriving to the area in about a week, 10 days, and this will be a key point of conflict. So these ships are avoiding being destroyed, but many people are talking about Karg Island, and that being a possible invasion point for Iran for boots on the ground. So where's Karg Island? It's over here near Bushehr and Bandar Ganaveh, and near the border of Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. So many ships are located off these coasts, and they're very close to Karg Island. So anyway, I think these ships may not know exactly where they should go because there is no escape. And you can see the amount of ships that have begun to collect in this area. If there's boots on the ground, which of these ships will be targeted by the Iranians? Because once the United States and possibly Israel puts boots on the ground, we know that all questions of limitations on strike targets for Iran will be off the table, and they can hit any of these ships in the Persian Gulf, and this will bring additional pain not only to the shipping world but also to the global economic stability. So we have some ships waiting to get in to the and I'm not too sure if they are going to let's see now, let's just pick out any random one. So this is a oil products tanker, Yongtae. There's a tanker waiting, Virgo, another crude oil tanker. So there are many ships that are waiting to go through the strait. I don't know if they're going to be picking up energy in Bandar Abbas or going on to another port. But at this point, assuming that we're a week away from boots on the ground, these ships, if they don't have a particular purpose or destination they need to be at soon, then they need to leave the area, because here is where the border of Iran finishes with Pakistan. So all this, basically, the Gulf of Oman is could be a battleground, and so anything could happen really at this point. And so again, this is a nightmare for the shipping companies. All these ships, it's not only the ships, it's the crew. They may be carrying cargo, and they're all trapped. And they're about to see an escalation in this area, boots on the ground, either on Karg Island. So we see Karg Island here. It's an island that's, let's say, 5 miles long, so it's not a very big island. So I don't have the, the vision of how hard that island would be to conquer. But anyway, if the Marines are going to try to get to Karg Island, they're going to probably be coming from Saudi Arabia. So what you'll see is that there's a U.S. Navy port over here in Yanbu. So we have Yanbu. There is a U.S. Navy port here. And so they would basically land in Yanbu, and then they would move over to the east coast of Saudi Arabia, and then try to take Karg Island. So they would be maybe using these ships as cover. So this is a very dangerous moment for all these tankers and all these transportation ships. These everything involved in shipping now is a target, or is a risk for the companies that own them. So getting back here to the Strait of Hormuz, so what do we have going on here? We have a bulk carrier. Were they delivering, or that's a Iranian boat? Yeah. So we have another ship, bulk carrier, Chinese. So all of these ships are coming in and out unimpeded. We have a container ship, Iranian container ship. And so we have all these, they're basically bringing in, food and supplies through this port, and not much else is happening. So anyway, I think this moment, we're about 7 to 10 days away from extreme escalation in this conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran. And all of these ships are potential targets. The ports, the Gulf states ports are also targets. Their energy, which is their lifeblood, is our potential targets. And Iran gave the Gulf states a moment to think about which side they would be falling on. Of course, we always knew from the beginning that they would choose the United States, and there's many reasons for that. And they have put out many statements condemning Iran. They never really condemned the United States. There's no interest in breaking off diplomatic relations with the United States. So Qatar has defined the Iranian diplomatic team as persona non grata, and they were removed. All the Iranian officials So you see, rather than choosing Iran, they've made their choice very clear, and we're getting much more clarity about this conflict. And so, again, if these ships are waiting to get through to try to get to one of these ports, what are they doing there? This whole area, really, in the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf, will be battlegrounds, especially if we have NATO reinforcements coming to the aid of the United States. They will try to stay a distance off, but eventually they will move closer and they will become targets. And of course, there's falling debris. There's if it's at nighttime, they may confuse one target with another, and they may just start taking out every target that's anywhere near those ships, and clearing out this whole area for the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. So how many ships could be sunk? Let's just say, a worst case scenario, the United States puts boots on the ground, and Iran decides to start sinking every ship in the Persian Gulf. That's, you can see it's probably numbered in the hundreds or thousands. So anyway, this is moving to a very dangerous phase, and so this will all be reflected in the global economy and prices. This will be reflected in possible draft notices for the United States. This may be a little early for that, but the Trump administration is leading with actions and then carrying out planning after the action, like fire first and then aim afterwards. So anything could happen, and unfortunately, I don't see any positive benefit for these ships that are outside the strait to be still there. But I guess they're waiting for the cavalry to come, and somehow that's going to magically fix everything. Of course, if you have ships coming to support the tankers, then these tankers move very slowly. The Iranians don't have to hit the Navy ships that are escorting them. They just have to hit the tankers. And these are big targets. They move very slowly. And not only that, they don't really need to hit so many tankers. They can just hit the ports. They can hit the refineries. So anyway, we're moving in a stage where this could put the global economy into a tailspin, and I don't see any positive news at this point. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. So that concludes this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you back for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.